Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day before we begin the video. Please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers suggest the nurses' ball is just around the corner, and Port Charles is on fire with anticipation. But for Brook, Lynn Quartermain, Amanda Seton, and Giovanni Giovanni Massa, the glitz and glamour could take a backseat to a life-changing revelation. As they team up to prepare Gio's show-stopping performance, their undeniable chemistry is sparking more than just creative magic. Unbeknownst to them, Gio is the son Brook Lynn gave up for adoption years ago, a secret that has been buried deep. With Lois Cerullo, Raina Sofa, watching their bond grow, guilt might push her to spill the truth. Will the nurses' ball stage a heart-wrenching family reunion, or will this bombshell stay hidden amid the festivities? Brook, Lynn, and Gio will be pouring their hearts into crafting his nurses' ball act, and their late-night rehearsals are bound to forge a connection that feels almost familial. Their easy banter and shared passion for music will have them clicking in ways neither expect, but the undercurrent of familiarity will be no mere coincidence. Brook, Lynn, unaware that Gio is her long-lost son, might chalk it up to their shared love of the spotlight. Meanwhile, Gio could be drawn to her warmth, sensing a bond he can't explain. As their collaboration heats up, the stage will be set for an emotional explosion that could steal the show. Lois, one of the few who knows the truth about Gio's adoption, may start to crack under the weight of her silence. Watching Brook, Lynn, and Gio laugh, create, and grow closer could start tugging at her heartstrings, stirring memories of the painful decision Brook, Lynn made years ago. Every moment they share may feel like a reminder of the secret she has kept. As the nurses' ball approaches, Lois' guilt could reach a boiling point. Will she hold her tongue, or will seeing mother and son unknowingly reconnect push her to confess, risking a family upheaval? The nurses' ball is Port Charles' biggest night, but this year, it might host more than dazzling performances. With Brook, Lynn, and Gio's bond deepening, the chances of someone, like a guilt-ridden Lois or Lulu Spencer, Alexa Brewning-Havens, dropping the adoption bombshell are skyrocketing. Could a heartfelt moment backstage or a slip during the festivities reveal that Gio is Brook, Lynn's son? If the truth comes out, it'll spark familial fireworks that could redefine the Quartermains forever. Port Charles is heating up in more ways than one, and with the iconic nurses' ball right around the corner, there's one pairing that has everyone talking: Brook, Lynn Quartermain, and Giovanni Palmieri. What started as a sweet friendship, laced with music and mutual admiration, is quickly evolving into something far deeper, far more meaningful, and possibly far more scandalous than either of them anticipated. As rehearsals ramp up and emotions simmer just below the surface, these two might be on the verge of a major turning point, one that could shake up the Quartermain family tree, rile up a few overprotective loved ones, and set the stage for major fireworks both on and off the stage. Brook, Lynn has come a long way in the past year. After her dramatic engagement to Chase and their shared journey through music, loss, and reconciliation, she stepped into her power in a way that fans have loved watching unfold. She's still fiery, still stubborn, but there's a grace and strength to her now that wasn't there before. And she's channeling all of that into her role as co-organizer of this year's Nurses' Ball. She's not just planning and performing. She's emotionally invested in making this year's event the biggest, boldest celebration of love, healing, and second chances Port Charles has ever seen. Enter Gio, the rising musical prodigy and recent addition to the Quartermain clan. With roots that tie him to Brook, Lynn in surprising ways, namely through his connection to Lois Cerullo and her family, Gio has fast become a fan favorite. He's charming, talented, and surprisingly humble, and there's something about the way he looks at Brook, Lynn that has not gone unnoticed. The chemistry is real, and as rehearsals bring them into closer quarters, it's becoming impossible to deny. Viewers saw it this week when Gio arrived at the Q Mansion, guitar in hand, ready to practice for the ball's headlining number. Lynn, fresh from a heated conversation with Tracy about creative control, was clearly rattled, until Gio stepped in, cracked a joke, and reminded her why she's doing this in the first place. It was a quiet, intimate moment. No big declarations, no flashy tension, just two people speaking the same language, musically and emotionally. The way they harmonized in the music room. Absolute magic. But it wasn't just about the song. It was about trust. It was about the way Lynn let her guard down around someone who sees her not just as Ned and Lois's daughter, not just as Chase's ex, but as her own woman, complex, brilliant, and capable of so much more than she realizes. But of course, this is Port Charles, and nothing stays simple for long. The closer Lynn and Gio become, the more uncomfortable their families grow. Olivia Falconery has already raised an eyebrow, quietly voicing concerns to lawyers about just how close the cousins by extension are becoming. Though not biologically related, the Cerullo and Quatermain clans are tightly interwoven through history, emotion, and years of shared trauma, and that makes any romantic feelings between Lynn and Gio more than a little controversial. Tracy Quatermain is reportedly fuming behind closed doors. Insiders say she's preparing to confront Lynn directly about what she sees as a potential disgrace to the family legacy, citing optics, propriety, and a handful of other Quatermain buzzwords that ultimately mean one thing: control. But Lynn has never been one to bow to pressure. If anything, this resistance might push her closer to Gio, not further. And let's not forget Chase, who, despite his composed exterior, has noticed the growing bond between his ex and her musical protégé. Sources say he's starting to realize he might still have unresolved feelings for Lynn, and watching her smile at someone else is beginning to sting. Could a jealous confrontation be looming in the weeks leading up to the ball? Fans are certainly hoping for it. The love triangle potential here is off the charts. Gio, for his part, is walking a careful line. He's aware of the complexities of getting involved with someone so closely tied to his newfound family, and yet, he's drawn to Lynn in a way that feels deeper than infatuation. He's told Dante in confidence that he feels like she sees him, not just as the talented newcomer, not just as the Cerullo cousin, but as a man. That kind of connection is rare in Port Charles, and Gio doesn't want to let it go without seeing where it leads. Whether he's brave enough to act on those feelings while the entire town is watching remains to be seen. Meanwhile, rehearsals for the nurses' ball are proving to be a breeding ground for drama. With Lynn and Gio spending long hours together fine-tuning their duet, speculation is growing among the cast and crew. Even Maxie Jones, who's trying to keep the whole event from imploding under the weight of egos and expectations, has noted the electricity between the pair. They light up when they're in the same room, she said in a recent behind-the-scenes interview. It's not my business, but it's obvious something's there. As the big night approaches, tensions are expected to reach a boiling point. Rumors are swirling that Tracy will confront Gio in front of the entire Key family during a pre-ball gathering, warning him to stay in his lane and keep things professional with Lynn. That confrontation could be the match that lights a much bigger fire, especially if Lois decides to jump to her son's defense. And if Ned gets involved. Expect an all-out Quatermain blowout that will rival any family holiday meal meltdown. In the middle of it all stands Lynn, caught between her heart, her music, and the crushing expectations of a family that's never quite figured out how to let her be her own person. For the first time in a long time, she's found someone who supports her without trying to control her. Someone who listens, who gets it, and who doesn't carry the weight of 1,000-old Quatermain grudges. That means something. That means everything. And then there's the performance itself. Sources say Lynn and Gio's number is being kept tightly under wraps, with rehearsals closed to all but essential staff. What we do know is that it's a duet. a powerful, emotionally charged piece that speaks to both longing and liberation. Word is, the lyrics were written by Brook Lynn herself, inspired by a late-night conversation she had with Gio after one particularly brutal family dinner. If that's true, the song could be less of a performance and more of a confession. And the audience, including several unsuspecting family members, might get far more than they bargained for. Beyond the romance, the real story here is evolution. Brook Lynn has spent so much of her life trying to prove herself. First as a singer, then as a manager, then as a fiancée, then as a corporate player. Now finally she's starting to realize she doesn't have to fit into any one box to matter. She can be a little bit of everything, and Gio sees that. He doesn't want to fix her or mold her. He wants to walk beside her. That kind of love, the kind that grows from friendship, respect, and shared dreams, is rare on a soap landscape filled with betrayal and secrets. But will they get the chance? Port Charles isn't exactly known for letting love blossom without interference. And with the Bulls' spotlight glaring down, all it will take is one misstep, one accidental kiss caught on camera, one ill-timed declaration, to send the entire situation spiraling into chaos. Olivia might explode. Tracy might disown her. Dante might side with his mom. Chase might confess his lingering love. And yet, maybe just maybe, Brook Lynn will choose herself this time. Choose her own path. Choose the imperfect, inconvenient, undeniable pull toward Gio. This storyline is shaping up to be one of the most emotionally layered arcs of the season, with implications that go far beyond romance. It's about identity, legacy, and the power of choosing love over fear. It's about healing old wounds, rewriting family scripts, and daring to create something beautiful amid the noise. As Nurses Ball Week approaches, fans can expect a mix of high-stakes drama, tender moments, show-stopping performances, and the kind of romantic tension that makes daytime television so addictive. Whether Brook Lynn and Gio end the night on stage holding hands or walking away separately, their journey is just beginning, and it promises to be unforgettable. Keep watching General Hospital for all the twists, turns, and musical magic headed your way. Because in Port Charles, love may be messy, but it's always worth singing about. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our YouTube channel for more update news.